Welcome to PoliTarology. I'm Tarot Stash, sidekick to the lovely Colleen, the cool Crone. We've got the crazy dragonfly crystals, next level channeling, who is so overwhelmed she had to leave. Cleo the seer is here, fan club of Jack Smith, and Shari, voices from the swamp. Thank you. Yay! Thumbs up. Yeah.
Cool.
I had to do that. I'd forgotten that.
I love that. I love that. Hello, everybody.
And it goes with the intro so well.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
So overwhelmed.
Where did Val go?
I don't know. She'll come back in though. I'm sure she'll come back in.
It was the fan thwarp. I actually hit her. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't
and Facebook said that it went away. So I don't know. Let me see if I can fix this with Facebook. View on Facebook. Facebook, don't leave.
Oh, Facebook.
What happens when I hit this button? Oh, that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to be on Facebook. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry to all my Facebook people. Okay. All right. So we're just on YouTube. I'm sorry. I hope anybody that was on Facebook would know enough to come over to my YouTube channel. Hi, everyone. Hi. It is crazy Sunday here. It's just cuckoo. And here's Val. Oh, sorry, Val. It took me a minute to get you back in.
My internet just went out.
Gerald did a fabulous WWE introduction of everybody right after the intro, which was very cool. Thank you so much. So we have quite a few people in the chat. And so we're here for PoliTarology tonight, and we're just going to take a minute to go around the circle and let everybody say hello, and then we'll get into the muck. So Shari, how are you? Hello, welcome.
Hi, hello. Doing okay, I guess. Stuff lined up to do. I'm not going to go into it. Check my channel. You'll see where it is and what it is. And other than the energy just driving all of us crazy with this 8/8 coming up, I feel like my nerve endings are on fire. So,
yes.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah. Gerald, how are you?
I am wonderful. I was able to do early voting today. So it was amazing because I live in the state of Ohio where we have a very important issue. And it was great. And I am looking forward to this week because I have 3 shows on. I think I'm hosting 3 shows tomorrow. I'm hosting 1 on Tuesday, but I'm on 4.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Tarot Stash, be there. And
I think that's what they call an overachiever.
I'm okay with being an overachiever. Everybody needs a little overachieving in their life. But like and subscribe because each show that I'm hosting has a special word that sponsors the video.
Very nice.
Yay.
Very nice. I love that. Val, what's new with you?
Oh gosh. Well, besides being on this fabulous show, which I really look forward to, my regular shows are all you can see them on my community page. I should have posted them, but I don't think I did. But yeah, just the usual.
Great. Sounds good. Hey, Cleo, how are you?
I'm doing good. Of course, my channel is still pending, and it probably will be for a while longer because.
But didn't you pass 1,000 subscribers even without a channel?
No, but I am past 50.
Crazy. That's just nuts.
Well, it's Gerald's fault. He's been advertising for me,
yeah. And you can all go like and subscribe to @Cleo the Seer. She, even though she doesn't have a video yet, you can go there and like and subscribe. If you haven't already, please do so.
Well,
most of us have already done that.
They've already done that. They've also liked and subscribed to all of our channels because we're
Yes.
cool kids.
Yes, because I'm only 2 people away from hitting 1,400.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's
So
amazing!
I haven't
Congratulations!
looked at it in weeks, and then earlier this afternoon, I pulled something up on my studio, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not right."
Oh, congratulations! You've worked hard for it, Shari. You really deserve it. You really do. You work very hard.
You really
Oh,
do.
wow,
And to
that's
answer
great.
Sal Rod's question, yes, this is the constitutional amendment where they're being crafty.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, about the Ohio thing.
I saw that. Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, Cleo, did you finish with everything about your stuff, or?
Well, yeah, my stuff is pending. So yeah, I don't have
Okay.
a lot to say about it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm getting ready. I'm on my countdown for doing the New York Renaissance Fair, which is always, I think maybe I make it too much of a big deal, but it does cause me to have to work basically 7 days a week for 8 weeks, which is really nuts. So it's kind of hard, but it's fun. And I just found out, drum roll please, I will be doing both days of the weekend. So I literally will be working 7 days a week. No, I take it.
Wow.
But it's a really fun fair. If you're in anywhere near the New York, New Jersey border, it's just over the border in New York, and it's a really great family activity. The New York Renaissance Fair, they're going on, I think this might be their 45th year of being in existence. And
I don't know if that's the same one that Ms. Terrell D was talking about, but I know she was upset. She was supposed to go Saturday or Friday or something and go read, and she was doing free readings at a booth, and but the chemo kind of interrupted her plans for the day. So
this hasn't started yet. This starts at the end of August. But it is a part of several other Renaissance fair. I think they're part of the one in Texas and also one in California, I think, or maybe it's Wisconsin. Wisconsin and Texas, I think, are the ones they're a part of. But it's a really cool fair, and you know, people dress up like Renaissance-y things, and you're supposed to talk old-timey and stuff. And you know, I don't. My booth is the cool crone. And the persona that my boss has given me is kind of like Santa Muerta. So kind of dark, like me. So it's fun. But anyway, so that's coming up, and I'm trying to get all my astrology videos in the can and trying to figure out when the heck I'm going to do PoliTarology. And just to give everybody fair warning, I'm taking a hiatus from live streams when Mercury next goes retrograde, which is from August 23rd to September 15th. So I'll be releasing pre-recorded videos at that time, but nothing live because Mercury retrograde. So, right?
Colleen,
yeah.
Did you happen to see Beth Aspasia Rising commented, said, I DM'd you thanking you for suggesting lavender oil for my bug bites. Works like a charm.
Oh, great. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, you know, I saw her comment in the chat the other night, and I thought I responded, but I probably didn't because I'm really bad at monitoring the chat. But it's, you know, it is what it is. This is why my sister already has 50 subscribers and doesn't even have a channel. She's much more like good with that. She's much more on top of that.
Oh, and Captain Morgan said up to 67 subscribers now, Cleo.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. Well, thank you guys.
You know, I want to have her come on. I tried to have her come on and stream on her channel, but no.
Not yet. I mean, I don't have even a clue how you do that. So I want to wait till I at least know how to get a video up there.
That's okay. I think you're practicing the art of mystery, and you know, you're kind of teasing everybody, and I think it's working. I think it's really working. So whatever you're doing.
She's using her tiny hands to really confuse.
Yes.
Well, I do have to plan. It takes planning. You guys know this. It takes planning to do a channel.
Cleo,
that's what I'm doing.
You know I'm teasing you, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. Because I expect you to tease me back.
Okay, so I've just taken a quick look at the headlines, and we have a few things that we can read on and chat on and mull over. And the first thing that I'd like to throw out there, and by the way, you guys, my panel, anything that you want to read on too, just let's throw it out there. That's fine. But one of the headlines that I wanted to take on was about Kamala Harris and how she's taken on a more prominent role in the 2024 campaign. And how do we think she's going to do? How is she going to be perceived by the voting public?
Well, I haven't been getting too much about Kamala until just recently. And I did see her on TV talking and being forceful and being the vice president. And the vibration I got right when I was watching that is that she is gaining momentum. People are starting to pay more positive attention to her. She's had so much negative publicity throughout this presidential thing with Biden. I mean, they're just constantly picking on her. This was different. And I think that there's a vibrational shift with her that's going to be, that you're going to see more of her and see more upcoming, where she feels like she's participating more. And I think that's because, they're getting ready to do their campaign, Joe Biden. So he just, she's now getting more in focus with that. I think you're going to see her popularity increase between now and into next year. But I mean, I think that she is on an incline right now rather than a decline.
I have to agree with you 100%. I see that she's really, she's got her crops and she's going to harvest. She's got mothering energy and lots of heart emotion she's going to give people that is going to make her be appreciated in people's eyes. Plus, she has a very sharp rapier wit about things that are going on. And I think she's going to come off like a mothering knight that is cutting through the BS. She's really got her compass straight. And she's going to bring a candle to the darkness. She's got her dancing shoes on. So she's coming out. People are going to perceive her in a lot different way. They're going to connect to her emotionally because for some reason right now she's going to shine from her heart and connect to people on an emotional level because I got the waterfall. So my main cards starting out are the Madonna, harvesting, and the emotional connection. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you got, Shari?
Well, I started with the Chariot because she's hardworking, fast moving. I mean, the thing of it is she's been going nonstop since she and Joe took office, and she has been behind the scenes. He has sent her off on one thing after another that she has gone in, dealt with, gone out, come back home. Okay, what's next? I mean, she's been working her little badonkus off nonstop, but nobody has paid any attention to it. And instead, you were hearing a lot of talk from the right wing talking about how, well, she's not doing anything, and why is she never home and blah, blah, blah. Well, she's never home because she's working. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And then I pulled the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about hardworking, getting out there, getting your stuff done, bringing the bacon home, so to speak, to be finished up with the Ace of Pentacles, where, again, she's getting prepared for a new position. Because I really feel like Biden is doing his best to prep her for the presidency if he doesn't last 4 years for the next term.
I totally agree, Jerry. I totally agree. That's exactly how I'm feeling also.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's been prepping her from day one on what to do and how to do it.
Mhm.
One of the best decisions Obama ever made was picking him for VP
Yep.
because he stepped in, was able to show him this is how you do it, this is who you talk to, because
Mhm.
he's been there for so long, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's not playing around about it. Neither is she. People just don't realize it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Gerald, what's up with you? What do you
I
got?
have 5 cards. 4 of them are reversed, and they are actually I have Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and that tells me that she is no longer considered an amateur. She's actually shown her worth. She's actually ready to elevate. King of Wands reversed, which tells me, well, you know what? She's stealing some of that, or she's removing some of that power from the people in control,
Mhm.
and not undermining them per se, but really proving her worth. And then I have the 7 of, or the 3 of Wands reversed, which is okay, not yet. It's still brewing. And then I have the 5 of Swords, which is the card of, disappointment, people talking and doing things. What do they call it in online gaming or gaming when you go and you just like kill things in the, you battle things? They call it farming. You battle things in the forest just to get points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what she is doing. She's taking her very successful life outside of the vice presidency and proving she can do this.
Oh
And she's
yeah.
doing it with grace and style and diplomacy and clarity. She's like going, okay, here you go. Grinding. Thank
Wow,
you.
that's
And
great.
you know, if I could throw in real quick, the fact that she and Beau Biden were so tight before he died.
Right.
They were both attorney generals of the states that they were from. They both worked together on quite a few legislative things happening in their states simultaneously. And they became like the best of friends from everything I have read. And
Mhm.
I think that was another reason why Biden went with her is because she was already family as far as he was concerned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that made a big difference to him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Obama said that. He said, I thought I was just picking a VP. He said, I had no idea I was picking an entire family. He said, they just absorbed us. We were just different colored Bidens, is all we were. You know, I nearly fell out of my chair when I heard him say
I
that. But
love that. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's great. Well, my cards show that, the tide has turned for her. I got the Wheel of Fortune as the first card up, and she ends with the World. So this period of time that we're in right now for her is game changing. Not just for her. She already knows who she is, and so does Biden, and so does the Democratic Party. It's
Yeah.
the rest of all the momos out there that are going to find out just who she is now. Republicans and Democrats alike. Anybody who took her for granted before is going to look like they have egg on their face. They're going to be like, I thought you told me she wasn't that, and then, and then they're going to see she has it all. And so I just want to add a couple of things to what everybody else has said, that in her chart, she's got astrologically for becoming the vice president, she's got an exceptional set of planets going on at election time. So I have no doubt that she's going to be reelected along with Joe in November 2024. But also, I think that when he finally does step down, I don't think it'll be death. I don't even think it'll be a serious illness. I think he'll just be like, honey, I'm old. And now I feel like I can pass this off to you and you can handle it. So he is, yeah, you're right, Shari. He has been grooming her from day one to really take over and teach her all the tricks of the trade and all the ins and outs. And I think once she takes over the reins, I think she will become one of our favorite presidents.
Well, and I think like what Val said, there's this emphasis on this feminine energy coming from her that in the past I hadn't really noticed that, but it was kind of like in my face when I saw her on TV, and I thought that is so different. I mean, we've never really had that at all. And so, and during this time with all this weirdness with Trump and stuff, it's just so refreshing. And I really think, that she's making a big turnaround. And I'm really, really happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, she may be wearing a pantsuit like Hillary, but she is not Hillary.
No.
She is really a feminine person who is so strong and so capable and so knowledgeable. She's just going to knock everybody's socks off.
Yeah.
But I still love the pantsuits.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
it's just not practical in what she's doing to be wearing skirts and dresses. I mean, once in a while, but it's just not practical. She's working. She got to be dressing for work.
She is.
All right. That was good. That was really good. Okay. So now on to Trumpty Dumpty.
Good.
So
can I say something about just to kind of get this started with Trump? I mean, we all know we've been hearing about if you think, or if you go after me, I'm coming after you. And now when he wants to get rid of the judge because she won't do what he wants to do, he wants to wait 3 days. And she says, no, it's happening on Monday by 5:00. They want to get him away from there because he's going to expose stuff. Well, he's actually threatening. He's threatening his witnesses and stuff. So they have to knock that off. But anyway, in this article I read, and I'd like to read it to you all. This is from a former GOP strategist and Lincoln Project co-founder, Rick Wilson. He said to Trump, "We're coming after you. We're going to break you, humiliate you, defeat you at the ballot box, shatter your movement. You'll spend your sorry last years weeping in a lonely prison cell. Your hideous legacy a warning to future generations, your shame eternal." This is the best thing I have read like that. I mean, nobody has said anything like that.
Who said that?
That was Rick Wilson, and he is the Lincoln Project.
Yeah, Lincoln Project, yeah.
So when I read that, I just went, oh, God, I got to write that down. I mean, I couldn't believe he said that because actually everything he said there is stuff that throughout these PoliTarology and other things I've been on where we're talking about politics, he's talking about the same things, that he's going to be sitting in a lonely prison cell weeping. We've all talked about that. And then there was somebody else that said something about, it was on Meet the Press, I think. And this guy said, well, he didn't really see him going to prison, but he saw him isolated in a cell-like thing surrounded by Secret Service, which again goes right along with the kind of stuff we've all been talking about for months.
So true.
That was Meet the Press.
I think it was Meet the
Oh
Press.
my God, I turned that episode off because I get so bored with Chuck.
And Rick Wilson has been paying. Rick Wilson has been trying to atone for his sins ever since Sarah Palin was brought to our world.
Yes,
because he's the one that found her, or the one that told
McCain.
Thank you. Told McCain, hey, okay, we've got a lead on this governor in Alaska. She's a woman. It will look good against Obama, and blah blah blah. And he said he's regretted it every day of his life since then. I've heard him say many times. And I think all of the work he does now against the Republicans is just his way of trying to purge his guilt for what he almost accomplished.
Well, all the things we've been talking about with Trump for months and months now is coming true. And even I think it was Susan Lynn. I was watching her and she said something about, I don't know why everybody's so surprised about this. We've been talking about this for months And now it's all these different indictments and whatever. And now it's up to something like, I believe it's 73 felonies that Trump is facing. And I mean, I remember when we were talking about this a couple months ago, and Colleen said something like, we had it down into the teens, and you said, oh, no, it's going to be way, way more than that. And it certainly is. So really, people should be paying attention to the psychics on YouTube about what's going on instead of listening to the news, because we've got a
We're
name.
far more accurate.
Yeah, totally accurate. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So shall we read on what Trumpty Dumpty, what kind of an outcome he's going to have with this judge? What is it, tomorrow they have to go before her?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I threw my cards while my sister was talking, and I got to say, it's really good. So this judge is just going to say, no, I have my schedule, and you're going to dance to my tune. I said Monday, it's Monday, not Thursday, not Wednesday, Monday. And then the whole thing with gagging, I think that she is going to warn him about being gagged. I think that she's going to say, look, you need to shut up. You need to shut up about everything. And if I hear even a whisper about this case, about me, about any of the prosecutors, about any witnesses, about any state secrets from those stupid papers that you kept, if I hear anything, I am going to find a way to lock you up or isolate you in some way so that you cannot do this. So if you want to continue your campaign, shut up about the case. I think that's what she's going to say in no uncertain terms. I think she's just going to bring the hammer down, because she knows that she's only got so many interactions with him in order to say, look in my face. In this scenario, I am the mommy and you are the child.
Right.
And you will do what I say or you will pay the piper. She'll be very firm with him. Very firm.
And I have to say, my cards bear that out 100%. She's asking him to be like an angel, which he, of course, can't be. She's going to turn him to dust if he doesn't follow the directions she's giving.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to end up crying. And the judge is going to show him the path. And where does it lead? She's going to put him, his, you know what, in jail.
Yeah.
Because he can't keep his mouth shut.
No.
And that's how
Who's
it
next? Oh, that was great, Val.
Yes. I loved hearing that.
Yeah, I went with my
Oh,
with my little cards too there, like Val's got. She's stripping him down naked and making him realize that she's calling out the emperor has no clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, something that nobody's wanted to look at. He thinks he's just going to jump over all of this and be done with it. No big, just like before. But he's dealing with the world right now and the way the whole world is looking at him. I don't think he realizes the extent of the trouble that he's in. Because, somebody said the other day, and I can't for the life of me think of who it was who said it. They said, you watch, she's going to tell him, don't talk. He's going to go out and talk, and then she's going to call him back in, and she's going to say, okay, I'm going to explain the rules to you one more time. And if you don't follow the rules, and I have to call you back, you're going to jail. End of story. And I don't think he's come to the realization yet that possibility exists for him, because he's never had to face that before, ever.
Yeah, the worst thing he ever had to do was go to military school, where he just learned more tricks. That's the worst thing he's ever had to do.
exactly.
Yeah. What do you have, Gerald?
So I have the Empress, who is taking no shit from anybody. So, Colleen, as you were talking, I'm looking at my cards. She's going in, she's setting the rules. This is how we operate in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to set it up. Shari, I think you're being much nicer because I have justice reversed. He's going to open his mouth. She's going to slap him in jail. She told him, because we have the 5 of Cups. He's going to get all weepy. He's going to go, Mom, no, don't do that to me, Mom. Well, guess what? He's a fool. And he keeps doing it. You know, time on the naughty step is going to get longer and longer and longer. So, I mean, I have no sympathy. And
now I've been listening to I don't know if this was probably Midas Touch or maybe it was Brian Tyler Cohen, but they were talking to several experts about what would that look like if he were, sentenced, put in jail. Would it last for the whole time until the trial? And actually, the rules are pretty ambiguous. Yes, she could keep him incarcerated until this thing went to trial, in which case he'd be very happy for a speedy trial. Yeah. But another thing is that for the Secret Service, when in these scenarios, this has happened before, that people who have Secret Service agents are incarcerated. And when that happens, the Secret Service is swapped out for the Marshal Service. The Marshal Service doesn't know Donald Trump. Right. These are not his buds that have been taking care of him for 6 years or 7 years or whatever it is. So he's going to have a whole new cast of characters. And I bet that the Marshal Service gets to take vacations and stuff like that. So he'll have new people from time to time that are just like, no, buddy, no, you can't use my phone. No, you can't have McDonald's slipped in under the bars.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
So, but I do think that they're going to have to figure out a special arrangement for incarcerating him, because I don't think that they can just leave him in the county jail for, 90 days while he awaits trial. They're going to have to, and it's not going to be home confinement with an ankle monitor. That's not going to be it. No. It's going to be.
That's what gets him in trouble. They have to censor that by putting him in the cell with no device.
Yeah. The cell with no internet connection. The cell with
exactly right.
6 foot, no. Yeah, 6 foot cinder block walls. That's what he needs.
So, they can lock him in a solid gold toilet. I don't care, as long as he can't have his internet and his phone. That's going to be jail for him, no matter where you put him.
Yeah.
So let's read on that. When
is this going to happen?
Yeah, when is this going to happen? Do we think it's really going to happen? And what are our ideas about where the hell are they going to put him? Let's read.
I just want to shout out to Arthur. Ease your mind. He's in our
chat.
Hi, Arthur.
Hi, Arthur. Hi, I'm going. God, there's a lot of friggin' people in this chat. I can't even get to the bottom.
I've been trying to respond.
Strawberry rhubarb.
Well, and Amanda Carroll says, and no golf clubs. No golf.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, Colleen, it's the best chatters. Of course, there's this many people.
Of course. I should have thought of that. And Cleo, remember when we were talking about Leavenworth?
Yeah.
Look at Strawberry Rhubarb's comment.
Oh.
Yes. Oh. Yes.
Oh God, wouldn't that just drive him crazy?
Well, and plus he'd be in a different time zone, a different zip code. He'd be out in the West where, Washington is a totally democratic state. He would hate that. Yeah. The marshals up there are not. Okay, let's read on it. Don't let me keep talking. Let's read.
So how will it be if he has to go into the jail system, if he's going to end up at a military base for his confinement?
Yeah.
The judge,
he's in the middle of a campaign. He's in the middle of a campaign, and that's his big complaint: is you're doing this to me to ruin my campaign. Oh, please. He has.
I think it was the prosecutor or the judge in Georgia who said that she didn't care what he said, but when he showed up, he was going to be fingerprinted and cuffed and led to the courtroom the way every other prisoner is led to the courtroom.
That was the
And he
sheriff.
was no different. Yeah.
That was the sheriff in
The sheriff, that's who said it.
Yep.
In,
And I love
in
that.
Georgia, right?
In Georgia, of
We're
all
waiting for
places.
this month.
They're going to fly him right there. Toot sweet. He's going to feel like he is in one of those fight clubs. He's going to wish he was dead. But he's going to need a knife to protect himself. Really, he's going to try and put on his dancing shoes to avoid everything. But he's going to end up being a ghost to everyone as they put him in the facility. He is going to become invisible because he won't have a social contacts.
Yeah.
Here is the universe showing that this will be his final result. He will be censored forever in some way.
Oh, wow. Now, what was it that the excuse he used to get out of the army? Bunions or something?
Bone spurs.
Bone spurs. Oh, okay. So, oh, God.
I feel sorry for those bone spurs.
I do.
Yeah.
God.
If they in fact
Oh man, I got bad cards for him. I got the King of Wands upright, which I think this is Jack Smith, who's all for the action of doing this because Jack Smith is an adult, and he's like, yes, as an adult, you take adult consequences. And then we get the Hierophant. Here's the judge saying, okay, no playtime. But then he gets the Hanged Man.
You can be looking at things through cells.
Time out. Time out, buddy. And then the Five of Cups. So he's not happy about it. And the final card, Judgment. I hate to be so happy about this, but he really is. He's due for a lesson, man. He
really is.
Do you guys see all this happening in regards to what's coming up on Monday?
Yeah.
Just this one thing about trying to get him to shut up?
Well, you know what? Monday might be her giving him the big warning. But as a result of that, very quickly, I think he's going to break the rules and she's going to have him back. And then, yeah, I think that's when it's coming.
I agree 100%.
I did not expect that to happen because this is Teflon Don. He gets away with everything, right?
He does not see. It's just like Shari was saying too. He does not believe that that can be a result. He doesn't believe it.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just not in his wheelhouse.
It isn't in his wheelhouse, so he will speak out again. He
will.
He cannot.
I'll bet he already has another video ready for when she warns him. I'll bet he's already got something. The minute he walks out of court, they're going to post it.
Yes.
Because that thing that he just posted, that took a little production, and that came up like that.
Yes.
So he had to have those ready to go.
He did have them ready.
He had them ready.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So I've got the Devil upright, and the interesting thing is the Devil upright is behind it for the judge is Temperance. The judge is in a very sticky spot, trying to make sure she is following the letter of the law, and he ain't having any of it. Page of Swords reversed, so he's going to get all pissy. The Hermit, solitary confinement. The Chariot reversed. They're going to move him. And that's supported by the Eight of Wands upright. So they're going to move in pretty dang quickly. And
they put him on an airplane. They're
going to put him on an airplane. They're going to get him somewhere. But the last card is the Tower. It's she's got to stick with it. She's got to stick with it, because if she doesn't,
the word won't mean anything. The law is not meaningless if you don't follow what the rules are. And she's the judge setting the rules.
And I think that is what the judge wants.
That's
She
what they
wants,
did.
a solid experience in court, just like everyone should get, regardless of who it is.
Exactly.
This is what she's trying to do.
This is what he's trying to do, and also that he cannot speak in inflammatory ways against people to make them feel threatened. This is very, very important. And it's like a monster type threat, and that has to be addressed immediately.
Well,
and
somebody
just mentioned
fire in a crowded theater, because that creates panic and people can get hurt.
Right. What were you saying, Cleo?
Somebody just mentioned here in the chat line here that most people are expecting the Georgia indictments on Monday. So if both of those things happen on tomorrow,
Boo-hoo.
it would be insane. And
I am just,
I know the Georgia indictments are coming up. I don't recall reading something that would happen this week or on Monday, but maybe, and I would just love it if both things happened at the same time. But yes, the Georgia thing is coming up very soon also. So
here's a thought. So Monday, the judge says, big warning, don't say anything bad, we're going to lock you up. The Georgia indictment is brought down. He, in the same moment, probably is releasing some inflammatory post. So what's her name? The judge there, Chutkin. Judge Chutkin calls him back to tell him, okay, now we're going to lock you up. And Trump's attorney's excuse is, but we have to be in Georgia. He can't go to Leavenworth.
right. I mean,
Make it up.
And she's going to say, I'll make a phone call, send his butt to Leavenworth.
Yeah, right. And don't you love that phrase, Shari? Send his butt to Leavenworth.
Showing Bonnie Willis's case in an orange jumpsuit.
That could happen. Or by Zoom. Why can't they just do it by Zoom? Since he's got to be incarcerated.
In his orange jumpsuit.
That way they can mute him.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's going to be some wizardry going on. They're going to be pulling some magic tricks out of their hat.
The prosecutors?
To him where they want him. This is the judge. She's going to be waving her little wand and going, you're there, you're there, you're there.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it.
I love this.
Because she's showing him the door, saying, okay, dude, enjoy your last night in bed because you're not going to be there for quite a while.
Wow.
Everyone should have, if everyone in the U.S. has to face those consequences, everyone should face those consequences if they do those things.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, wow. I think I just think I kind of have to just revel in this energy for a minute.
Really? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
God, this is just like, even if it doesn't happen exactly like we said, the possibility.
This is a fan moment.
Oh God, this is. I gotta go. The possibility is so delicious.
It's slightly delicious. That's for sure. It is intoxicating.
It is.
In a heavy kind of way.
Oh my word. Oh, this is great.
Well, and
like
more people are saying yes, Monday, the indictment in Georgia.
What's the date? The 7th? The 7th on
Today
Monday?
is the 6th.
It's the 6th.
Today's the 6th.
No, it's on Monday though is the 7th, right?
Right.
Yes.
And Tuesday is Lionsgate.
Oh, Venus is getting ready to square Uranus, so it'll probably be an aspect on Monday. And Saturn is still having a big effect with Uranus, and the T-square from the full moon is still in big effect. So, yeah, I think no bueno, Mr. Trump.
I just want the judges to be safe. That's what I want.
Yes, that's what I will be spending a lot of my time wishing for too. Burning a little sage and saying,
Yeah.
cone of protection and over all of the prosecutors, judges, attorneys, witnesses, everybody, marshals, the clerks, everybody, just a cone of protection around them. And then just a little spotlight on Mr. T and his cohorts, because
Yeah.
no bueno for them. Okay. Wow. Wow, big stuff. So what about all the co-conspirators in this? When do we think that they're going to get called to?
Very soon.
Let's read on that.
Their names are on a list, and everybody knows that Trump could not have done what he did without the help of a whole bunch of other people. And so a whole bunch of other people that confirms that he knew what was going on. He's trying to say right now that he had every right to say what he said because at the time he was president, and and that's what his lawyers, that's what their defense is right now, is that he said things that he said he could even lie. It didn't matter. He could say anything he wanted because as the president, he is immune from prosecution. Well, all these other people, he's not going to be immune from prosecution. There's too many people that are in on it, that helped him with it, that know that took notes, that took recordings, that took phone calls. I mean, there's just too much stuff. So his attorney, his latest attorney, who was also on Meet the Press this morning,
yeah,
and he had, oh God, he thought for sure he knows what he's talking about. He said, really, there's really nothing to this. Trump was a president at the time. He had every right to say these things, to do these things. And Chuck Todd was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, the other folks, they've been talked to. I mean, they know who they are. They know what's coming up. Like Rudy knows what's happening.
Did you see his interview? How mad he was? Him talking about Jack Smith is a terrible lawyer, and this should be the last thing he ever prosecutes, and he should be ashamed of himself. Oh my God. I was just like, oh, old man.
I'm sorry, but Jack Smith is Santa Claus. He has his list and he's checking it twice.
Yes.
He's going to find out who's naughty and nice.
I think he already knows.
Or rather, we're going to find out who's been naughty and nice because he's going to let us see that list.
I thought the co-conspirators, it's going to be a while before they all have their day in court. But in the meantime, they're feeling brokenhearted about everything. They thought they were Donald Trump's knights in shining armor, but it's upside down. So in reverse, they're going to feel the punch of this in their solar plexus, their gut. This is the burning fire of fear. They know they stepped in poop. And they're taking a look at themselves and what they have created. And basically, they're going to have a dark night of the soul. All these people, the jurors, they realize they're going to be judged. And this is where watching this Trump go through this is scaring the living, out of him. They know the only door open to them is to talk. And that's the only way to get to unburdening themselves. So, two last cards, the lasso and the key. They are under control, and the key to this is Jack Smith holds it all. They're lassoed. This is just a matter of time. Some will do a jail time, but they've had to talk.
Yeah. They have had to talk.
They have had to.
Wow. What you got, Shari?
Well, I started out with strength, and I see this is there are a lot of women that are in charge of all of these charges. Women judges, women prosecutors, women defenders. I mean, he's being surrounded by a lot of feminine power. And this from a man who has no respect for women or their power. So that's the first poison pill he has to learn to swallow, is that everybody's always said a woman's going to take him down. It's a whole damn fleet of women to take him down.
Yeah, it's an army of women.
Yeah, and then I pulled the Two of Wands, because at this point, they're basically, what I'm seeing with this is they are, when I say they, I mean the co-conspirators.
Mm-hmm.
They're all kind of acting like no big deal, I got this covered, but they're all shaking in their boots because they don't know what's coming next, and they know their name's on that list. I mean, they have to know that their name is on that list somewhere, some way with Jack, because he's just been uncovering too much. And of course, and then we had the Knight of Wands. So they're going to get really, really creative with how they try to prepare people and talk their way out of it before it happens, or they think that they're going to be able to talk their way out of it before it happens. Because we have the Queen of Swords following, and she's not playing. She means business, and he's getting ready to find out. He thinks he's the devil. He hasn't met the devil yet, and her name is Justice. And yeah. And the same with, I mean, we all have our favorites as far as who the co-conspirators are, who would really love to see be made to do that perp walk. I have fantasies about this, but of who I want to see marched out the door, preferably off of the floor of the House or the Senate.
Yes,
with us now. That's yeah. They're worried. They're all very, very worried.
They should be.
Because like I said, Jack is Santa Claus, and he has his list.
Nice.
And he knows who's naughty and nice.
Nice. What do you have, Gerald?
So I got the Two of Wands reversed. So, these co-conspirators thought they were building up something really, really good. It got away from them. They lost control of the fire because that's paired with the 10 of Wands. So it's ablaze. It's completely ablaze. And, I'll be interested what you think of this little trio here, Cleo. We got, all of these are upright. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Tower, and we've got the Fool. I just think I'm like going, okay, people are going to start to be hung out to dry. Everything that they thought was going to happen is going to fall apart, and they're going to start doing stupid stuff. They're going to start naming names, giving over information. They're going to try to save themselves. But I love this. I got the Queen of Swords reversed. Look how pissed off she is.
Oh, yeah.
This is, yes. I mean, when you piss enough, when you piss women off as much as certain people have, there ain't no coming back. Because I have the Knight of Swords reversed. They're all trying to be dashing. It's not going to work. They're going to fall. They're going to, it's just going to be awful.
For sure.
Excuse me. It's going to be awfully fun to watch.
It is. It is.
But yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. I'm like, whoa, the Hanged Man, the Tower, and the Fool.
I mean, that's a lot of major arcana.
What could possibly go wrong?
Cleo, did you have anything else to add? Because I threw a few cards too.
Go ahead, do your cards.
Okay. So I really focused on Rudy. And before I start in on Rudy, there's something I forgot to tell you guys about Trump's chart right now. He has Mars and Mercury coming over his ascendant. Mars is action, like your impulse and you're putting things out there. Mercury is speech. It's your communication. So he can't stop himself. He literally cannot stop himself from just blah, blah, blah. You know, he just can't stop.
Yeah.
It's the planets, right? So yay, we know this is going to happen. Now, Rudy, of course, he gets the 9 of Cups because he's drinking all the time. Okay, he gets the cups, and then comes the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords comes down and says, oh, this is very, very bad. Now, the co-conspirators have not been indicted yet, right? Rudy has had, I think, something charged against him. But here's the thing, that Jack Smith had to include, even though they were unnamed, he had to include the other people. Otherwise, it's not a conspiracy. It's just the mechanics of charging a conspiracy. You have to name other people or show that other people are a part of it, or it's not a conspiracy. And the fact that he called them co-conspirators and not whatever it is, defendants, is very telling. It means that he knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are conspirators. And so, yeah, they should be shaken in their boots because Jack's got a lot of info on them.
Yeah.
So again, we get the Hanged Man. And here's my theory on what happened with Rudy.
Yeah.
I think Rudy went in for that testimony that he gave, thinking, well, I'm just going to spill all the secrets. I'm going to turn on Trump and I'm going to be able to walk. And I think they listened politely for several hours. And then I think they said, that's nice. We already knew that. What else you got?
Oh yes. Oh gosh, yes.
Here for it. I'm popping popcorn.
And I think immediately he went out and filmed that little video where he was putting down Jack Smith and saying he was a horrible attorney and all that stuff, because he knew that his goose was cooked, that he's not going to get anything. I mean, he might get a little consideration for trying to give them information, but he's not going to get any immunity from what he turned over. Plus, you know that he wasn't giving them everything.
Right.
He was giving them just what he thought would immunize him. He wasn't really giving them good juice.
If he gives them all the juice, he's going to implicate himself so bad he's scared to death over it.
Right.
But the thing is that have to work out some kind of a deal with them, and part of it's going to include his own jail time.
Well, it is.
I think that the people who tout being so law and order would remember the fact that the FBI and them, they don't ask you any questions that they don't already know the answer to.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so that's how they catch you in line or not. Because they already know what the answer is. They've already got the evidence.
And also, when you are asking for immunity, you have to confess to everything that you did wrong. And that is something Rudy can't do.
Yes.
He's got too much of an ego. He's got that same Sun Uranus thing going on in his chart like Trump. And he's just delusional in his way of seeing reality. So I think it would have to be the moment they were, jingling the keys behind him to lock him in before he would say, wait, I've got more to tell.
Exactly.
They're not really focusing on conspiracy. They're focusing on racketeering.
That's the conspiracy, though.
Well, racketeering, conspiracy is so hard to
prove.
Well,
exactly.
No, it's
racketeering.
Insurrection is too hard to prove. That's why they didn't say insurrection. But conspiracy is wrapped up with all the RICO charges. Mm-hmm. There's several different ways of doing it. And if Jack is putting that in there, he's already got the goods.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah, he wouldn't charge it. But so again with Rudy's thing, he blah blah blah. He ends up with the 5 of Cups. We know he's sad and he's still gonna want to drink, so he's gonna have to dry out in jail. Yada yada. But again, I get the big old Ace of Wands. I got that with every single one that I've read so far today. Ace of Wands. So there's somebody in the decision-making corners of these cases that is a fire sign that is like, oh, shall we just burn up them? And shall we just burn up them? They're just, maybe, I don't know who all it is, but Rudy's it's not going to go well for him at all.
Yeah.
At all. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've been on for about an hour. Does anybody need to go, or can we stay on for a few more questions or another question?
I
I'm
can
I'm
stay
good
on.
for a few more.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
That's because it's so much fun.
No, this is
Exactly.
well, what do you guys want to read on? One of you throw out a question. Let's read on that.
I don't have any, but
Well, I don't know. You guys we covered the stuff that I found most interesting right off the bat with what's happening on Monday, and now they're saying over here in the chat that that the Georgia thing is going to have those indictments are going to come up on Monday. I mean, this week could just be it's so much fun. It just
very fun.
Lollapalooza, it really is. And I wonder who all is going to get charged for Georgia. I wonder who's all going to be involved.
There's probably way more than we even know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I do believe Lady Lindsay might be getting herself a little phone call.
Yeah. Lindsay did get he got called down for questioning.
He did.
So he definitely was. And who?
The jurors, the Georgia jurors for the grand jury, when before they went in and did their thing first before they set out all the indictments. And one of their head jurors came out and said, I can't tell you what we saw. He said, but I was a Trump supporter through and through. He says, if the people of America even see half of what we've seen, they will never speak his name again.
Whoa.
Oh,
Must be really bad because this guy was like, he was dead serious. I mean,
well, that's what that very
Yeah.
young female juror who was the foreman of the first jury, that's what she said too.
yeah. As flighty as she was basically saying the same thing.
Same thing. So we're pretty sure about Lindsay. We know it'll involve DT. Pretty sure it's going to involve who were we just talking about? Rudy. I keep turning my cards around. This energy is so goofy. I keep shuffling my cards and then I see them facing the wrong way. I'm like, where did that come from? So
well, I think there's going to be a bunch of attorneys and stuff, but as far as the people that are in the House, those people, I don't know, they're trying to stay so far away from it. They're just, they're scared spitless. They can't believe that's gotten to this because those people have, those other people that have kind of worked with Trump and supported him, also Trump has something on them. So I don't know what it is, but he has something on them. And so they're kind of walking a fine line. If they go too far one way or the other, Trump thinks that they will not say negative things about him because of what he has on them. Well, this is a bad situation for a whole lot of people. I mean, even people like Marjorie Taylor Greene could be involved in some of this stuff. And the other guy, Jim Jordan, I think his name is.
And Matt Gaetz. I was just going to say, I've heard a lot of people speculating that they will actually be charged in the Georgia thing. I don't.
And Meadows too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Meadows too. But I think that why would Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz get charged in Georgia? I don't understand that. They weren't part of that?
Maybe they were there.
Maybe
they were making phone calls too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we don't know about all that, right?
Oh, let's read about them. I'm going to read about them. I
So
want to
what's the
read about
question?
Jimmy Jordan and Matt Gaetz. So I'm going to do 2 different columns, one for each of them. So you can just read for one or the other or both or whatever you want to do. Dealer's choice, folks. Put your money in, make your bets. Let's go. I wish I knew the poker things that I could throw out. Texas high. Aces high. I'm going to look that up for next time.
It's eerie how these cards turn out sometimes.
Okay, so I want to
Oh, wow.
jam.
Hi, Linda G.
Yeah, Linda G just came on there for a moment.
Are you kidding?
Hi, Linda G.
Hi, Linda G.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda. Thank you.
Colleen, who did you say you were reading on?
I'm going to read on Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to finally pull out my cards. The
Okay.
rebel deck.
Really? Oh my God. Are you okay? We need to call for help.
I do need
Turn
some.
the camera and blink multiple times.
I need some adult supervision here.
Oh, come on, Gerald. That is a cry for help. Pulling
I
out
know. I'm
cards.
like going, don't ask me. I'm not an adult.
Adulting sucks. Who wants to be an adult?
Mm-mm. Well, I would to Jordan, and I thought he is going to try and resurrect himself, but really he is in a situation where there's no way. Forest for the trees. He cannot hide in these trees. No matter what he spouts out of his mouth, the spatula is coming for him. He's going to lie in his bed. No matter how much he tries to keep things hidden and his emotions, the river is going to flow all the way, and a Band-Aid isn't going to cut it. Here's the inferno. He's going to go to the meadow, and the authorities have the key. So,
Wow.
And which one was that?
this is Jordan. Jordan is going to be in big trouble at some point. And I believe it's
Okay.
for the he's probably in trouble for the Jan 6 stuff. But I was reading for the Fawny Willis stuff. What did he do in relationship to the Fawny Willis?
That's what I don't know. It's wrapped up in Jan 6. It's wrapped up in trying to get more votes. Maybe, like Cleo said, maybe more phone calls or something. But
Something is there because
and don't forget that she got a lot of the fake electors from Georgia to flip. And
that is it. Maybe it's the fake elector thing, which is a crime, and they are calling it as such. So, yes. That could be it.
Well, starting out with Jim Jordan, he's been acting like a drunken sailor, you know, it's like the power has gone to his head. If you've watched him in Congress at all, it's like, I swear to God, if I could reach through the TV and slap him in the face, I would. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. And he's dust in the wind. He's going to get blown away by all of this because all of his actions are leading him down here where I'm at in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And we got gators and rougarous and all kinds of fun stuff in the swamp that can get you if you're not careful and if you're not good. That's part of the Cajun myth of the rougarou, is that if you're bad, it will come and get you and steal you out of your bed at night. That's what they tell their children. Honest to God, that's part of the myth. Okay, with Matt Gaetz, he still thinks he's an angsty teen. Hence the little girls that he wants to run off with. He doesn't see himself as a grown man yet. But because of that, he feels like he's got to go to war. But he thinks of war in terms of how a little boy thinks of war. You know, you're going to be on that side of the ditch, and I'm going to be on this side of the ditch, and we're going to at each other, and that'll be it. But I don't think he realizes how much trouble he's really in.
I think you're
I
right.
think he's in trouble to the point that Daddy can't bail him out.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's going to be left high and dry in the desert. There is nothing left for him, and he's, They're both done for.
Yeah.
But the first one is the one that I have fantasies about seeing Perp walked out of the house in cuffs. That would be like the ultimate.
Rose Blue says duct tape can't fix stupid, but it can muffle it.
I wouldn't do that to duct tape, though. That's not very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so Jim is not really based in reality, is he?
No.
No.
I mean, I have the Empress.
Yeah.
I have Strength. He thinks he's just going to stick it out. Well, what's going to happen is we have the Two of Cups reversed. Yeah. Somebody's going to turn on him, and then he is going to run away, the Six of Swords. He's just going to scurry off, and he's going to go. He's just going to disappear. It's like when you turn lights on in a cockroach-infested room, they all scatter. So now Matt is actually a whole heck of a lot worse off.
Oh, that's why I didn't even read on him, because I mean,
six of Cups reversed. I mean, there's nothing there. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles reversed. He's got the 8 of Cups reversed. It's too late. He's not able to walk away from it, even if he wants to try. And the Hanged Man, straight up. I mean, he's going to be hung out to dry, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be nothing left.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be bad. Cleo, did you have cards on this one?
I did.
Let's hear them. Let's hear them.
However, I'm a little late on this. I don't have it for the specific people you were talking about, but it just says shit is about to get real. Duh. And you think someone is lying? Yes, they are. So that's really what I've got. But, I don't know about the specific people. So there you go.
Yes, all fans to that.
Oh, man, I don't know any fans.
That's great. All right.
You gotta get the fan down.
my little thing on Jimmy starts out with the 3 of Swords. He's very, very sad. Oh, Jimmy's so sad. And then he decides he's just gonna take off like a thief in the night, just like you said, Gerald. That's what's happening with him. And then I get the Hermit, and then he's just in Delusionalville. He's got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So I think he just loses his mind. I think he just, goes into seclusion. Maybe he's locked up, or maybe he just takes himself away. But I think that this might mean that he leaves Congress.
Yeah.
Because I think, he's embarrassed. I think his other case is going to coincide with this one. Mm-hmm. And I think things are just going to be really bad. And all of a sudden, he's just going to be, doing macrame bracelets for arts and crafts. He's not going to have the brain power to do anything else.
No.
Now, Matt Gaetz knows. He knows his synapses are still working, but he's hoping beyond hope that something will help him, his father or something like that. But he's got the High Priestess and the Princess of Wands in here. So I think that the women around him are saying, no, Matt, you broke the law. You really need, I don't even think that he realizes he has to hire a lawyer for this. I think he's really paralyzed by the situation and just doesn't know quite what to do. But in the end, he is going to be locked up because his ending card is 6 of Pentacles, which I think for me in this deck is a regular routine. So I'm thinking, lights out at 9 and breakfast with the Gen Pop at 10, and, his lunch and,
3 hours a day.
A bunk check at 2. I really think that that's what his life is going to be once he goes to prison. And I think he's going to be very remorseful, but I don't think Daddy can get him out of this. No. I think it's very bad.
There's so many people involved that are so clueless about what's really going to come down. I mean, they don't realize that this could actually, in reality, be a jail sentence, a prison sentence, a criminal record for them. They're not seeing any of that. And they're just so busy, especially the Republicans, so busy about supporting Trump, and this is the Biden's DOJ and how they're so corrupt. And what about Hunter and all this crap that has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about with Trump? They're trying to, get us to look at something else. But no, all of these people, they are going to be so shocked. When you say they don't know what they're going to do, and they might just like lose their mind, they will feel like that. They'll just feel like, oh my God, their reality just got jerked out from under them of what they thought how things were going to go, that they would never, ever be in this position. And surprise, surprise, not only are they in a horrible position, but they may lose their position. They may be in prison. They may be fined, and they're just not ready for that. I am just hoping that some way, somehow, this Margie Taylor Greene, I mean, we've talked about that she probably won't get reelected, but I'd like to see her pay some kind of price or have some consequence for this horribly stupid and idiotic, and I don't know what the things she says are just so bizarre and out there. I would like to see her take a dose of this judicial medicine to see what the hell she's going to do.
Well, I think that, Jack Smith named six unnamed co-conspirators, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was more like 18 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm serious. And
I agree. I
think MTG will be one of those.
Yeah.
But going back to like Matt Gaetz and Jimmy Jordan is that, Jimmy Jordan never passed the bar, so he's not an attorney. But all of these other people that are MAGA crazy, they're in a cult, and they have been exhibiting cult behavior for so long that their reputations professionally are destroyed.
Yes.
No matter what they do after this. So going to jail.
Wait a minute.
What?
Jim Jordan didn't pass the bar?
No, he's not an attorney.
Is that right?
So these people, not only are their reputations destroyed, but for some of them, going to jail may be an upgrade career-wise. They just
Personally, I think that anybody that runs for any office, no matter how low down in the local level or all the way up to the president of the United States, they should have to pass a citizenship test on American history and American politics.
Yes,
government.
I agree. I totally
what
agree.
the Constitution actually says.
Yeah,
And not the made up stuff that they love to throw out there all the time.
that's right.
And the results should be published publicly.
Yes.
Along with their tax returns.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should look at all the tests that they give to
And there should be term
policemen and
limits for anybody in
firemen and
Congress.
nurses and teachers and doctors and all of that certification stuff that we have to do. Take the best of all of it, throw in a psych test, make them put in their taxes, and that would qualify you for public office at any level. But I think it should be the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it should all be the same test. But these poor goofballs, they just are not, they're not playing with a full deck anymore because they've been cultified. So, they're not able to handle things. So you're going to see, a lot of what is it? Those heavy duty psych drugs being distributed across this group, 'cause they're nutty. They're nutty.
One of the tests needs to be a psych evaluation to see if you're cult material. And then if you are, you're not eligible to run for political office.
They do have those tests. So yes, I think that's what they do for people who are in the FBI. But
Yes.
you know what? I don't think they do it for the CIA, because look at all the CIA guys who joined Trump.
I agree 1,000,000%.
It's like you got to look at your people and see, what's
That's
going
because
on
the
there.
FBI are law and order, and they have to follow the law, and they're, federal law. They're federal cops in a lot of ways.
Yes,
But the CIA is a bunch of people running around playing make believe.
they're spies.
Yeah, and they're playing make believe.
Yeah,
Half the time, I don't think they know who they are anymore. Much less.
no.
Well, all I know for sure is that this coming week there's going to be some stuff happening. There's going to be a lot of fireworks. There's going to be.
Everybody pop your popcorn and get ready to watch.
Yeah, we could be having a totally different conversation in a week from now. I mean, as far
yeah, crazy.
So one of the things that I did, Colleen, is because I keep hearing in the back of my mind that the women are going to rise up. No. Women are going to rise up. Okay. I mean, and I have no problem with that. My cards are actually showing the same thing. 3 of Cups,
nice.
The World,
nice.
The Page of Swords, who appears to be female in this one. And, it's about time, rising up. Well, and what's interesting is the first card I pulled is the 7 of Cups. So it's the women who can dream about these things and figure out how this is all going to work. And, King of Swords reversed. We have the Page of Swords who's uprising. It's going to overthrow, the patriarchy.
Yes.
Works for me.
Well, and the things that are going on, like in Georgia, the prosecutor, there's a woman. Then this thing, right now with the, was her name Tanya something?
Tanya,
she's not putting up with any BS. Mm-mm. And she's not looking around like, oh, well, we better back off because you used to be the president. No, she does not think that way. So yes, this new feminine energy that seems to just blossomed in the last week or two, really. I mean, just recently, this is just overwhelmingly good. It's just going to be amazing because you're dealing with a bunch of women that very intelligent, very aggressive. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're not going to put up with the BS. And this is the first time we've seen anything like this in a long, long time. Well, ever.
Well, go ahead, Val.
I was just going to say, and that's why Kamala Harris going out there and doing this campaign is going to rise to a really prominent level of femininity and that nurturing feeling. She's going to have that aspect that she has missed before. She's going to exude it and connect with the crowd where she has not been before. This will be a new platform for her. And absolutely, Shari, springboard to president from there.
Yeah.
Oh, God, well, I lost my thought. Never mind.
That's okay.
In my head, not my head. It's gone. It'll come back.
I think it is my. Oh, it's not going to be up for a while. But my September full moon video, I'm featuring reading about Kamala Harris because she's born with the moon in Aries and she's a Libra, so she's born actually on the exact full moon. So, and I featured her last year in my astrology full moon video too, because she's just a beautiful example of this stuff. But her chart is going great guns right now, and she's just got a lot of good astrology that connects very, very well with the United States. It's just really.
It's the same for the Vedic astrology. I mean, if anybody watches Hogarth, and he does the Vedic astrology, and he said the same thing about her. He's like, her chart is just blow your socks off. But,
yeah.
And I was gonna say not just the women prosecutors and the women judges, but we've had a lot of young women of color that have been elected into office, as representatives and whatnot across the country, but especially in the southern states.
Yeah.
And they're not putting up with any BS. They are flat out calling them out on the floor in the middle of a hearing. They're like, excuse me, no, I'm sorry. My colleague was lying about that. Let me apologize. These women are just phenomenal. And it's like they're showing the entire Democratic Party about this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Quit playing nice and trying to skip down the road with the other guy tripping you every other step.
Right.
Time to turn around and
those women are all indigos. You know, they're born a little later. They're a little younger than me anyway. I won't comment on anybody else's age, but they're a couple of generations younger than me, and they're all indigos, and they are truth tellers, and they have a way of speaking the truth that doesn't just start a fight. You know, so many people that go with that yang energy when they speak the truth, like a Donald Trump, he thinks he's speaking the truth, but it's so confrontational and so argumentative. But the indigos are saying, no, we're keeping this very neutral, but I'm just telling you that what you're saying is a flat out lie, and I can prove it with XYZ. Now, what I'm saying is the truth, and I can prove it with ABC. They're just very clear about what all that is.
Yep.
One other thing I wanted to say about Kamala Harris' chart is she's going through her second Saturn return right now.
Ooh.
And it's going to finalize by just right before the election. And instead of it being hard for her because she went through the first one and did what she was supposed to do and didn't crime, because she's doing that, she's having a very, very good second return. She happens to be about the same age as Kevin McCarthy. He's also going through his second Saturn return. His not going so well. So you can, you know, if you don't crime, if you do things and you're honest and you follow the law, great, it's great for you. But you know, poor Kevin.
Plus, and while they are gentlemen, the two young representatives from Tennessee that got booted out by the Republicans, taking their seats taken away from them, the governor put them back in to hold the seat while they had another election, and they both just got reelected in larger numbers than the first time around.
Landslide. I know. I saw that
You
post.
know,
I was
it's
just like, good for them.
Yeah, people,
good for them. And
people aren't
again,
putting up with this.
a much younger generation where you have people that can understand, and they're so eloquent, both of them. Oh my God. They're just like, not just like, and it isn't just like, oh, they can put a few words together in a sentence. No, they're strong speakers.
These guys are orators.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
They're what's called orators. They have a way.
They are.
Just, you know, I mean, it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I agree. Well, everybody, this has been a wonderful show, and I'm hoping I can get you all back next Friday because I think it's going to be such a popcorn popping time of our lives. So when we go backstage, we can talk a little bit about what's next week.
I'm free on Friday.
I just want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us. I think this is the biggest chat we've ever had, and I've just loved it. It was just amazing. Best chatters, indeed.
Best chatters.
Yes. Indeed.
Thank you, you guys. Yes, we love your input.
Love it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really great stuff coming through the chat.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. And I saw a lot of friends in the chat too. That was so good. So everybody's doing great on their channels. We're doing great. I'm doing great. We're all a little crazy with this energy, but next Friday, we are going to be doing another PoliTarology. So I hope you will all join us then. And I'm just going to queue up here so that I can do my little outro. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.